This morning we're going to take on another section of the Northamptonshire boundary walk. We're in Paulerspury. We're going to walk to Halse, about 13.5 miles, but as you can see probably the weather's not great. In fact, it's bloody awful. It's just pouring. It's supposed to clear up later, so here's hoping, but I don't know how much film I'm going to have to get. So yep, setting off through the rain. Horrible, soggy weather. A couple of cows, but luckily I don't think they're interested in us. I don't like the look of those horns though. And our brown cow. We're on the Grafton Way at the moment. I'm not sure what it is or where it goes, but on it briefly, then it turns off and we carry on. I don't know what state the footpaths are going to be in today. Probably mud and more mud. If it's really, really bad, we might have to just use our discretion and jig along the road. But this is quite a nice path. It's still raining, but I'm a bit sheltered in the trees. If it was sunny, we could see some lovely colours, so I'm hoping we do get a bit of sun later, but I'm not holding out much hope. Oh bloody hell, it's really heavy rain now. I'm just hoping that it eases off a bit and that we're right underneath it, because look, there's the cloud. I was hoping this goes away and we walk into this brighter bit ahead.
We passed through Whittlebury, where good tracks gave way to soggy fields and the rain just wasn't letting up at all.
See that wooded area up there? I think that might well be the Silverstone racetrack. We're heading towards the village of Silverstone. I can just about hear some motor noises. I think there might be something going on. The rain isn't letting up so far. There's a massive ploughed field here. The path actually goes right across it, but naturally there's no path visible, so we've just come around the field edge there by that wood and walking back down to meet the path. And it's supposed to stop raining at 11. I hope that the weather has looked at the weather app like we have.
We walked over the busy A43 to reach the village of Silverstone, famous for its motor racing circuit. There is some sort of racing going on today, and we could still hear the engines from miles away.
We're walking through Silverstone at the moment, the village attached to the racing track. A lot of the roads seem to be named after racing drivers, which is a nice touch. We'd actually like a stop here, but it's still raining, so we're just looking for somewhere we can just get out of the rain a bit, like a church porch or something. We've stopped on a bench because, touch wood, it actually seems to have stopped raining slightly. So we've got our goodies there on the bench. We're going to have a cuppa, hot chocolate, and then hopefully it will stay dry now. Please. Blue sky. See some lovely autumn colours going off here. I still hear the cars from Silverstone.
Just as we started walking down a good track, Sue spotted a group of roe deer in the trees, so we spent quite a few minutes watching them.
A bit wet. Struth, mate. I think we've wandered into the outback here. There's a gate here. Just cannot budge it. It's just so stiff. It won't open to let us in. There's also quite a few horses in this field, which I think they're okay, but it's just really stiff. We climbed through that gap. Everything looks so much better in the sunlight. We've come down to some lovely little lakes here. The path's not that clear, so we're just hoping it gets a bit better. But it's a very nice spot. Some loots the other side of that bench, you can just see them. Yeah, there's some obstacles. I'm not crawling through now. Wow, there are beehives there. And you can see the bees. I don't know if you can on the camera, but you can see the bees buzzing around them. Sue doesn't like bees. Well, that's not at all spooky. We found a handy bench here, so we've just hung our stuff up as if it's going to dry. We're going to have a spot of lunch. However it is, say it. Winners of the Village of the Year a lot. Look at that.
8, 9, 10, 13, 15, 17.
Not bad going. Luckily, after this morning's rain, touch wood, it seems to have been quite fine and even sunny. It's so much nicer walking in the sun. Just walking in the rain, it can get a bit miserable at times. It makes everything more difficult and it's more difficult to film. But I'm really enjoying this section. Big wide open fields. Yeah, it's a lot better now the rain's gone. This field is a perfect example of ridge and furrow left over from the old medieval farming system, where people would have a strip or several strips that they used to grow their crops on for what they needed and to pay the tithe to the lord of the manor or the church. It's quite fascinating that you can still see this history above the ground today. Oh, that bit really wasn't clear. It looked like it went through this farm, but it said no access, authorised access, but we found that stile, so I think it must be here, but I don't know where now. It seems to have come to a dead end at the minute. Why can't people just maintain their bloody footpaths? I've just been pointed in the right direction. There's a gap through these trees, so I'll get the other side and find Sue again. I know. We'll find a way through eventually. They had actually put a few signs, well, not signs, but painted some trees white. But yeah, at least we've got through. Somewhere down there, down towards the lake at the bottom, is the deserted medieval village of Radstone. It's probably one of these villages that disappeared in the aftermath of the plague. This is Radstone, the new village of Radstone, obviously. Well, less village, more hamlet really. And we've got to stretch over the fields back to Halse in the car. But I'm feeling quite tired actually, it's been tough going, finding a way through. Looks like all this area, all this coned off area is going to eventually be a massive solar farm, which is a shame really, because look at the fields I know we probably need it, but look at the fields it's taken up. We're on the bridleway now that should take us into Halse. I don't think they're that far away. I'll actually be quite glad to stop because I'm feeling quite tired. It's been a lot of hard tracks, a lot of walking in the wet, and quite a lot of route finding through difficult parts. But it's been good though. We've seen some good things. The deer, the secret little ponds that I don't think many people go to. Yeah, it's been a good stretch. This bit's not so nice though. Oh. You're right. Here we are in Halse, and it's raining, but we don't care because we're going to stop here because this is another section of the Northamptonshire boundary walk completed from Paulerspury to Halse. Yeah, we're done. Back to the car, back into the dry, but at least the rain stayed off for the afternoon anyway.